It's happening. It's underway. Gen.G versus Complexity. On our screens, the map is Inferno, and the pistol round has well and truly begun.
Has been a rough map for Complexity as of late, but this is their time to prove what they can do. Config, aggressive into Banana. Does he realize two players have caught themselves in the corner before he found himself here? He's going to push. Flash down. Great flash. Buntet's dead, but the trade is in for Daps, and he's been finished off as well. Fights across all sides of the map. BlameF trading things for the advantage of Complexity, and B has been secured here from this CT side. That will allow for a rotation in the form of Blame. The Brain. Rush going back towards the apartments. That's where Kusta's trying to come through. And now Gen.G forcing themselves towards middle. Complexity are so aware of this A-side take.
Oh. He's the first man cross. Oh, Blame. There it is. A third kill before he's shut down. And they finally deal with the one man that's already caused so many problems here for Gen.G in this pistol round. They're going to tuck tail and go back here towards Banana, hoping that this this B bomb site is where they can find something. Now Obo, he's been waiting here. He's heard these rotations, and now trying to buy time, trying to allow Poison to get into a position in CT. Does deal with one. Ooh, Som. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's Poison gone. Bomb plant can now come in. 3 kills for Som, and it's him versus Rush. 25 seconds here on the clock, and Som not planting that bomb just yet, is going all the way around Ruins.
Oh, you're kidding.
Seconds.
You're kidding.
No, surely not. Surely this isn't... He's done it. He's got time. He's running, and Rush has got no idea.
Yeah, and you can't blame him. What a ballsy play from Som. I mean, this is the last thing anyone
so
would
close.
And Rush, he has to go get that kit. It's dropped to the back of the new box. He's got to go and pick that one up. That will shave time off of the defuse, but it also wastes time as he has to go for this long rotation back towards A. And boy, is it a long rotation. He attempts going down the Banana. Som, also a young gun. We talk about Obo, but he's only of 17 years of age as well, and new on the scene, looking to make a name for himself. Will Rush be able to put a stop to him? Major winner, but Som's got the info. He's heard the footsteps. Rush has to tap that bomb to force a fight, and he's just going to tap it, and Som's found the kill. 4 in the pistol. What a rotation. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, happy for Gen.G, right? If they were going to have any chance of fighting that with BlameF getting 3 in the pistol, you needed someone to step up, but it was just a Som from someone as he shows up in the pistol there. First round on the board for Gen.G, and a force buy for Complexity. They are going to try and bring the heat here and now. I'll throw together what they can, and with it, they've got a lot of utility here. Likely going to see one of these delay players try and come through, where you use these, oh my word, you use these smokes that you have to try and shave as much time off the clock as you can, right? You want Gen.G pushing through these smokes in the final 20, 30 seconds of the round. So you're really going to try and cling on to them for as long as you can over on the Complexity side of things. That's why we've seen so few of them thrown out yet.
I like seeing, the two Danes play a site together as well. If needed, you can communicate in your mother tongue, which definitely brings benefits, even though obviously these guys are both fluent in English. Not a problem. But, sometimes in the heat of the moment, maybe it's helpful. Got that Danish synergy. Gen.G, though, they show Banana control. They do that damage to Config with a grenade and then fall back towards middle, just trying to establish some control. They've at least forced Poison back with that scout, but Obo wants to fight for middle, and he will through the smoke, taking down Automatic. Site is still Complexities, and Gen.G will move out of their site as they go back towards B. Still only 2 players here. Kusta late as he leaves the apartments, but doesn't want to make noise on this rotation that will give Complexity the info for a rotate. They still might throw one in. 30 seconds, and A's gone silent. The B smoke's being lined up, and here come the cavalry.
Blame barreling himself on through with the flash. Does get one. Config still alive here, still kicking up on top of the boost, but he's only able to offer one up with the CZ. The scout doesn't find anything here. Bomb plant's going to be found for Gen.G, but this is still not a great situation, right? They've lost heavy numbers. This smoke delay play has worked for Complexity, at least in the short term. They've got themselves this 3v2 retake. Now they just need to see this round to a close. So I'm going to reposition, and he's back here with Buntet beside him. They've doubled up in dark. They're trying to fake this out. Once they deal with Buntet, they're hoping that they don't clear Som. He can make that first bit of contact, but now they know that both players are here. Surely, oh, he's still alive. Oh, he's clicking. Not quite,
No time.
but there's no time for the defuse, so they have done it. Gen.G are going to get that round. They'll take the 2-0. And sure, Poison gets away with the scout, and there's lots of damage done, but it's still a round for Gen.G.
And Som, what a start to this map as well. He's 7-1 right now, just dominating that 4K clutch pistol round and now shutting it down at the back of B. I'm surprised Poison doesn't run back into the site for the Krieg as well. He didn't manage to grab it in time. He had a scout. Obviously, he had to put distance between himself and the site, considering he had no armor, so that bomb does significantly more damage. But yeah, not being able to get that upgrade is a bit of a shame, as Gen.G now lead 2-0 on Inferno. We've mentioned it, Harry. This map has been rough for Complexity. If Gen.G are able to take this away and go straight to those semi-finals, that would be fantastic for them. Definitely not the favorites in this series, but looking to prove haters wrong. Crawl through the apartments here with the bomb, everyone in middle, and look at Complexity's aggression. Conflict's gone right down Banana on an eco round, nothing to lose, everything to gain. Full rotation, but Som is out of the apartments, and Gen.G have beat Complexity to the punch. But Config punching one back himself. These Deagles finding some success. Rush only with a dink, and Daps is now alone. He's lost the bomb. He's gone back in through middle, and Poison's been boosted up to hold on to this package.
Daps, how are you going to recover this? Bomb's out in the open. Okay, he's got time to play with, but that is it. And oh, there's the flick from Poison. Good night to Daps in the apartments. And Complexity, they're going to steal that round away. They had very, very little heading into that one. And so they are going to take that all day long. And you can see the ramifications that that has had, right? You think about that second round, that force buy that Complexity mustered. They don't get the round, but they kill everyone on the Gen.G side. So heading into that round, there was no money for this T side to begin with. And the fact that it's a loss as well, well, you can see the impact this has had. Now they've had to force. They've had to put what they can into this round. And so this is where Complexity can swap that momentum around and springboard themselves into the lead.
Yeah, the force buy, I mean, you can't not go for it because your money is just trash otherwise, so you may as well invest, but that does leave them in a bit of a rough spot. Assuming Complexity win this round. Going to be eco at 2-2. The lead will be given up, so Gen.G really want to try and make this one close, if not theirs. That smoke on the long corner, it seems tempting for Gen.G. They go right through, and Ovo's waiting, but the train is in, and BlameF with a double setup. How does he not double down? Automatic, taking that kill away and moving in through the CT spawn. B is an option, but it's all on Buntet, because if he dies here in Bananas a config, then that's going to be the round done. Well, the other way round, Automatic is dead in the library instead to the AWP of Poison. And now Buntet, well, he's got nothing. No man behind enemy lines, no weapon. Surely no chance.
Config is not going to give him a means nor a way, not so much as a foot in the door. Complexity 2-2 as they get that one under their belts. And that was the force buy from Gen.G. So now there's just no money. This is Complexity likely moving to that 3-2 scoreline. And that is right where they want to be, I think. The fact that we've got BlameF starting strong as well always seems to be like a good sign for this Complexity squad. Yeah. And that's often the case, right? The man making the decisions, if he's playing well, if he's feeling it, then his calls should be that much better as a result.
We saw the contrary back on Overpass, right?
With MSL
went
right?
0 and 10.
Yeah.
Who got wrecked? North. So yeah, it's definitely a case to say for the mentality as well, right? If you're fragging, you're going to be feeling good. You're going to be confident in your calls. And so that's always nice. Gen.G on eco, as said, this should be where Complexity take the lead, although they've won an eco of their own, so anything is possible. BlameF pushed down, the spray is there, he gets away with one. Config supporting him to watch ramp side as well, so Blame has a lot of freedom to move, and he will go aggressively in. Daps dead as well. One by one, Gen.G just giving these kills, but Som is very much warmed up today. A quick deeg down onto Blame. Config still fighting for Banana, not wanting to give a weapon away. Someone's going to try and move in and grab that gun. There's Config stopping them in their tracks. Bintet dead. The weapon has been retrieved though, and he knows the Som is still here, so spray back in for Config, and it is a slaughter down the Banana. Just Kusta left up with a Glock. Too far away from grabbing any of these weapons. Config is still holding on to Banana. Oh, upgraded to a Glock.
Yeah, this one's red though, so you've got to bear that in mind. Oh. Sadly, I guess it just didn't make any difference in the end.
He's been red as well.
Like that one.
Thanks.
But I can't read. So so I feel a bit left out from that. Complexity, 3-2, and in the lead now, but a reinvestment coming back in from Gen.G, and that's what we want to see. I really want to see as well the head-to-head of Automatic and Rush. You know, that's gonna tear some hearts apart.
Yeah.
For any Cloud9 fans out there. Or
Just Ryan, pretty much. Yeah. No one else.
Sat at home, watching this now, tears in his eyes.
Well, the guns are out. Poison was obviously keen to get the AWP in early, and on the CT side of Inferno, you can't blame him. But Gen.G looking for a fast-paced round. They bursted out through middle with that long smoke. Everyone's wrapped back onto the site, though. It's a full stack here for Complexity, and Poison's laid down the pain. 2 kills before Bentek gets to trade the bomb. Dropped, and Rush still in the corner. They don't clear it, and they wish they could have. Rush has found his first kill. He's even got support from Obo on top of that site as well. Into the pit they go. Daps is gone, though, and Automatic late to the party in through apartments with it all to do.
Oh, a bit of damage there, downrange onto Obo, but not quite the kill, and no utility to force any of these fights. Automatic. Hello. Okay, now he's got himself 2. Just 1 man still to find. It's BlameF up in the apartment, sneaking into the backline. Automatic. They might want to start calling him Manual after this, because he's got to give them the stick if he wants to get this round. Automatic naded down low. Trying to reposition. Molly burns him out, still alive, but BlameF gets rid of him, and the round is found for Complexity. They'll grab that defuse, and they'll get themselves a 4th. It gets close, but not close enough for Automatic, sadly, there.
Fantastic play from Blame there. A lot of the time, if you're coming in for a retake like that, you're never going to throw a grenade for 2 reasons. 1, you can get peeked, and 2, you're giving away your position. Automatic had no idea where Blame was. He was expecting long in that post plant, but you know, Blame knows that Automatic's tucked in the site. He has a molly, he has a nade. He may as well put them to good use. He traps him, and Automatic has to go wide because of the Molotov, and that just forces him into the waiting arms of Blame. Great round from him. Nice try from Tim, but it's not going to be enough. 4-2. Gen.G back on pistols here, but we've seen what they can do with them. Poison fighting down middle. Very late out of spawn are Gen.G, just waiting for the time being, knowing that, you know, very commonly on the CT side, you're going to see a lot of double nades, Molotovs down on that ramp, banana control taken. So to just avoid any damage at all, go lay down a spawn, wait till Complexity burn their utility, and that they have done. 1 molly left. Only now moving into the apartments. Kusto trying to flash out through middle. Gen.G have forced any potential short player back with that porch molly. Complexity leaving config alone on B and going for a quad A setup again. Gen.G looking to take this portion of the map late.
Oh, yeah, he went back to spot it again. That there, big mistake. Oh dear, they're getting closer and closer. The Lions Den, config should have just let sleeping Lions lie. As now they get into the bomb site, they're closing the gap, and he gets dropped almost immediately. These pistols can wreak havoc in these closer ranges. The M4 retrieve. That can go into the hands of someone with a bit more HP. Bomb planted, smoke picked up as well, and oh dear, it's falling apart. Kill by kill, moment by moment. This is getting more and more out of hand for Complexity. BlameF, Poison, Rush. Do they want to give this a go? It's like, you kind of have to. Your teammates didn't really, sorry, the opposition didn't really have much, but you don't want to just keep feeding the beast either, so they decide they're just going to save. They're going to try and keep as many players as they can from Gen.G inside of the bomb site, try and do damage once the round draws to a close. But a round is a round for Gen.G, right? 3 on the board. They're going to take that all day long. This was just pistols. And oh, they're still going. They're still going.
Great stuff from Automatic. I mean, he stays in the site so long that he is definitely going to die with a bomb no matter what happens. But the fact that he stays in the site means, you know, Complexity rather is still holding on for those exits, and he can just push out and get 2 kills like that. Completely cripples the money Complexity long term. And considering Gen.G picked up the round, well, look at the result that's had. Config on an SMG, nothing left in their bank accounts, and everything for Gen.G in this round. Automatic on that AWP. Bentek's going to be mollied out, but he's got a smoke to extinguish it. The grenades could follow, and so he'll fall back and give the position away. 4-man setup on A, because nades thrown early towards that B bomb site, and Poison's been left alone. Does get that shot off onto Som, but no killing blow.
Oh, this is an interesting little mid setup here from Complexity as well. They've got no one towards pit. Instead, all 4 players are fighting here on the short side, and yeah, this leaves them a bit limited in terms of that apps control. Ooh. But it's not going to matter in this round, and in fact, it actually kind of leaves them in a position now if they start to rotate players over where they could have 3 guys nearby as this bomb plant comes in. But Gen.G have done a fantastic job of navigating these rather treacherous waters in this round. They go to the site that only had 1 player at it. They get that bomb down. Config goes through a smoke, and that there's a bit overzealous. Man advantage thrown away. And now Gen.G about to tie things up.
Yeah, the big issue there is, you know, having a solo AWP on B makes a lot of sense when you've got that sight line down Banana and you can rotate 4 towards A because you know no one's in Banana. But the issue is, Poison's left alone on B, and within 5 seconds of him being left alone on B, he has to concede Banana. He gets a shot on Som, but he loses control towards Logs, and he knows someone can be walking up close. He can't hold both left and right side at the same time. So he falls back into Coffins, and a solo up on Coffins. Well, the second Gen.G want to take B, they smoke him off, and Complexity have no one inside of the site. They have no one to contain in B. That's a great exit from Daps as well. So yeah, I think, you know, Complexity, they definitely read into an A play with wanting 4 over towards that site, but without having that deep Banana control, that's the risk of leaving a solo B player, and boy does it punish them. A 4th round for Gen.G on this T side, putting together a really nice half so far.
Time now for Complexity to mull this one over. Tactical pause. And what is going to be the solution here for Complexity? I mean, I don't think they're that worried just yet, right? Like, you got to bear in mind, they get 4 in a row. Okay, Gen.G, they've got the last 2. But one of those, you know, was that 4 spy round, and the other is just a straight up B play. So both of these have ended over towards B. That's why in this round, Complexity, they're going to go ahead and throw 3 players here early on. They say, Gen.G, you want to keep coming B? You want to try the whole, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, it is broke. Maybe you should fix it. We got 3 players here. And Automatic waiting ever so patiently. Ruined rush, but it might not matter because kills are going either way, and somehow Som is the man to keep Gen.G in the driver's seat in this round. They keep the man advantage. They've got themselves Banana control, and this 3-man stack that was here, pretty much all of it has been torn apart.
Oh, that's a close smoke shot. A second later and he gets that kill, but instead the grenade will do the damage. Som getting taken down. This flanks him for Config. He's pushed all the way down through the tunnels in middle, but he's being wrapped by Daps. He's gone back towards second. This is a very weird situation here as Obo, he's left alone at the back of the site. That smoke cutting off the AWP, and they're going to double back, but they could double back into Config, who's heard about this second mid play. He needs to decide which side he will fight as players are coming from both Banana and mid. Daps has taken A. It's a really heads-up play, but Complexity are aware of it. That's the problem. And they don't know that they know. Config's got all the info here. This is masterful. He's letting them go past, but he's got to peek out and drop this bomb. He's missed the timing. Som has gone up through the apartments. Sorry, Bentet rather. Ooh, Config, trigger discipline like a genius, but does he know he's being flanked as well? This is a very peculiar round.
It's cat and mouse. But then there's also a dog in play, and there's just animals everywhere, man. And they are running riot. Config, there we go. Now he hears the footsteps, and it's good night to Automatic. Daps is down in the pit. He's all alone, and 10 seconds left. That's him shut down. Complexity, they make quick work of that round. 3 kills for Poison. Make no mistake, Config's play down in mid is really the turning point there, right? Gets all that information, allows for a heavy rotate, and then just continues to play so smart, like so heads up, right? Config, stellar job from him.
Yeah, Gen.G think they're being sneaky and secret, but little do they know their entire plan was uprooted from the start. You know, all that information for Complexity, the stack on the A site, and even the flank from Config to get rid of Tim. Doesn't get much better than that, Harry. That will put Complexity back on their feet there. It's going to be the AWP for Poison holding down middle. Automatic's got his as well, but he's just moving up into the position as the counter AWP falls back. Flash to fight as Som gets aggressive. Config blinded. The grenade is great as he's put down to 40. His nade will have little return on investment. Config wrapping coffins instead. This grenade's fantastic.
no one's actually seen each other in mid. It's just been this exchange of nades back and forth thus far. And it's not changed yet, right? Long smoke's gone down. That's given a bit of a veil for Gen.G to hide behind and get out into top middle. BlameF holding this long position. Wiggling on the angle. Smoke goes out. He's going to drop a Molotov, and that denies this push. Trying to aggress now into the front line. Trying to pick a fight. BlameF. Balls of steel to go for this. Peeks through his own Molotov where he had just mollied and catches a player crossing. That's Buntet dropped. The pace attempts to get picked up by Gen.G, and it's just a bit of a disaster. So they back out of the A-bomb site. They go back to Banana. 20 seconds as this push is coming in, and Config still with utility. Oh no, that could have made all the difference, but it gets extinguished in that smoke. They're already in this site. Config gets one, but that is it. Bomb plant found. And a 2v2 now. Not impossible by any stretch of the imagination for Gen.G.
Yeah, Config, I like that. He throws the molly from CT spawn and he wraps back Coffins. They didn't expect him in that position so quickly, and he gets away with one kill. But now hiding in the banana, Kusta, low HP, has got to do it all. He lines them up and knocks them down. Both frags and the free AWP to boot. Gen.G putting up numbers on this T side. And not just that, they are removing numbers from Complexity. The money busted after that T-side win. And a 5-5 scoreline now. I'm loving these really, really fast calls from Daps. Obviously, you've got to have your team believing in your in-game leader. And even though we had all players of Gen.G pushed up through mid, short and long, they just backed up immediately after losing a man and doubled down towards B. Automatic gets a further kill on A. That delays the rotations by a few more seconds. And, you know, as long as everyone's believing and everyone's, you know, on the same page, the fact that they all rotate off of Daps' call gives them B for free. So nice stuff from the in-game leader. We know what he can do. We know what he can achieve. Oh dear, Kusta. He could be losing his life here. Lots of footsteps being made. Nades thrown as well. Obo being patient, but that could come back to bite him. He's going to peek out. Damage done, but Kusta with a kill. And that's unfortunate because Complexity are now going to rotate players towards A, but that's not where they should be.
Yeah, Poison Scout's got to do a lot. Blame is God. Poison follows, and one by one, this B site is God, and it's all coming up in favor of Gen.G. Now, it's only the pistols, it's only that scout that they were really up against, so this is kind of exactly what we expected. Now it's just a matter of, you know, can they get away with any damage at the end of this one? Can they keep this economy of Gen.G in this kind of awkward spot where they haven't been able to build it up just yet? Not really much worth saving from this round, so they are going to just stick around outside of the site and try and do exactly that. Also, you touched upon Daps liking his calls thus far. I do love it, man. He is like the grandfather of so many of these teams. It feels like just the granddaddy of NACS now. Built up, obviously, NRG, right? And is now trying to do a similar thing here in Gen.G.
Yeah, I mean, extremely promising roster and results as of late. Haven't seen a lot from this team, but first DreamHack Open with this, or first LAN event with these guys, and not only are they in the winners match of their group, but they're already leading on the harder half versus Complexity, who have looked like a powerhouse. So power to them. Let's see if they can keep it up. Another triple B setup with heavy utility down Banana. That's very clear for Gen.G. They hear the mollies, they know there's a stack, but obviously only temporary as Obo goes back towards that A site. Gen.G waiting to regain control of the banana with that flashbang. Someone's just going to pop himself through. No one holding aggressively. Complexity are playing inside of the B side.
Yeah, now you note that they leave Kusta behind over in the apartments, but that's just to stop Complexity going for these information plays. If you think back to even the pistols in that last round, that was, you know, a means that they tried to get back into the swing of things. And so with that getting denied, and now with the kill presenting itself over at B, the round is kind of in Gen.G's hands. Blame tries to make a play to snatch it back in favor of the CT squad, but that just doesn't come through. He gets eliminated. Yeah. And it all kind of hinged really on the results of that push, and with nothing being found, the round is over.
Yeah, without doubt, you can't blame him for that at all. Ironically, yeah, no, I know. You can't blame him for that at all, because if he gives it up, if he doesn't go through that smoke, well, just 4-on-5 retake, and what we've seen already from this game is that Complexity have had trouble getting back into those B bomb sites, winning those retakes. There's only been one defuse in this entire map so far, all those bombs going off otherwise. So yeah, if Blame gets away with a kill, there's a chance for Complexity there. If not, well, like you said, it's a done round. And Gen.G have been really, really good at executing into this B bomb site. Complexity can't seem to find the answer for it. They've tried the solo AWP holding Banana. That didn't work for them either. And so if Gen.G can keep abusing this B bomb site, well, they could really storm away with this half. Complexity want to try and throw a bit of a break in the momentum and call in a tactical pause.
Yeah, and this is where I think, if you're Complexity, you're running out of time a bit here towards the end of this first half. This is where maybe you look to throw, I want to say something like some more information plays in, right? Because the problem is they've been playing very reactively in terms of how they've had to approach like these later stages of the round. It has very much been, all right, yeah, there's 20 seconds left, and they're making contact at B, so now we rotate to B. And this is where, I'm hoping that they try and feel things out over in the apartments. In that pistol round, it was the only reason they were able to get things close. You think about, the config info play down through the mid-tunnels. That has been where Complexity has looked their best. So hopefully we see them pushing the boat out a bit here in round 13.
It certainly does seem like Complexity are giving a lot of respect away from Gen.G, and that's coming back to bite them, right? Like you mentioned, the best round that they've had has been that config round, but we haven't seen really any aggression on this CT side. Finally, Poison's going to be fighting for Banana, but he is up on the chopping block. The Molotov cutting off his retreat. He's got to fight for his death, and Daps will take his life. 2 kills up the top of Banana. Oh, that's a bit of a shame that Molly comes through, because Daps could have taken the B site there and then. Luckily enough, there's no rotations, and Kuster is still finding kills on A to make matters worse here for Complexity. And Gen.G are just holding a default right now. They don't need to take either site. They can split these two Complexity players up, and that's exactly what's gone through. But yeah, going back to the passive play of the CT side, I mean, we've seen, with the exception of that round from Config and Blame F fighting, after remollying long, which I always love to see, fighting after long smokes. Complexity have been playing inside of B, not fighting for Banana. They've been double, sometimes even triple stacking in A site, which certainly can, gimmick yourself around a few kills, but it's just not really fighting for the map control that these players would, I guess, on other maps.
Yeah, I do think I think there's 2 ways you can really go about being aggressive at the A bomb site, and I don't blame Complexity for not going for these like apartments pushes and things like that. Like at least usually as part of their usual setup. But I feel like they have to now. We've got this push coming in, so we'll hold this thought because Blame F is trying to make a difference with this Deagle, and I don't know why. I've got a good feeling about this one. Blame, looking for something through the smoke. Rotation is coming in from Rush as well, and there's money available to Complexity regardless of how this one ends up in this round. So they just might give this a look in. Yeah,
Rush can flash Blame in through the coffins with nothing to lose. He may as well go for this Deagle, even if Rush does decide to save. The flash is in, but Blame is not going to be able to find anything from it. That's a kill from Rush, but at this point, it's a done deal. The time is so low, and they don't have a kit. They need to get someone on it now, and Automatic is still inside of the site, putting up kills. Headshot onto Blame. Rush, he can't escape with his Creed. He may as well fight until the end of time, and Kuster will make that time a little bit shorter. 8 rounds to Gen.G's T side right now, and Complexity, they've got the money, but they need to put up these last 2.
Yeah, so as we were trying to say, right, Complexity, over at this A bomb site, they have been re-aggressing. That's kind of the key. It's not been aggression on the back of not seeing anything. It's been, when they've been setting up, when they've got top mid, that's usually when they've tried to counter with the aggression and catch Gen.G off guard. But in response to that, Gen.G just haven't been taking this top mid control that Complexity are yearning for. So they've had to play with this triple B stack once again. Now, it didn't work in the round prior, but it gave them kind of the best results we've seen over at B thus far. Ironically, this is the A play round from Gen.G. Oh dear, Complexity have to try and hold the line, and they have faltered almost immediately. The sheer pace that Gen.G set catches them off guard. A 3-on-4 for Complexity to see out this first half. And kills have come in. Conflict might just try and bow out. There's not really a lot of money here, and they want to have weapons.
And 9 out of 10 of these rounds have ended up on this B site. So Gen.G know that Complexity were going to go for a triple B early and throw those grenades. Yeah, just elevating the pace, rushing A. Complexity with only 2 players on defense, and Gen.G just run over them. I just love the switch up of pace, more great cooling from Daps, being aware of how Complexity are going to try and deal with the problems that are being dealt their way. So 9-5 right now, double digits as a possibility. More like a likelihood here as we head into the last round of the half. Complexity do not have the full money by any means. They will be able to buy up though. All the grenades are there as they take Famises instead of M4s. Poison's still on that AWP, at least saved, but it goes both ways. And we've not really seen that AWP come into too much of a powerful position so far. It's been countered really well. The utility's been nice from this T side. So let's see where Poison goes here. Going to be fighting down Banana once again as Gen.G try and pressure this control back. It's certainly nice to see Gen.G on 9 rounds, considering Buntet. Lots of people would deem him like the carry of this team. He's on 5 kills, Harry. And, yeah, you know, he doesn't need to frag.
The thing that's even more exciting is that it's Som topping the charts right now, 17 and 9, top of the server, in fact. So he is having a stellar game, the young gun in Gen.G, and he's getting me believing in this squad now. Pushing towards top mid, Automatic and Daps looking to secure this real estate. Now, Complexity, this is, at least, you know, from how it's looked, this is kind of what they've wanted. They've wanted this top mid control. They've wanted Gen.G to be playing for this side of the map and then to re-aggress later on if the push doesn't come through or if they have to slow down behind this utility. And in this round, they actually decide against that. They immediately rotate Blade to play that speedway position for a rotation between either side. Poison's challenging at Banana in the meantime, and he goes back for a little bit more. Config's with him, and so Complexity, they've shut down one of the 2 limbs in this round. Kill found from Kusta, but is that going to be enough? There's still a man down in the pit. Rush, they've got to try and get past him. They're navigating the danger, but the bomb is dropped. Rush is burnt to a crisp. It doesn't matter, though, as Complexity seal it with a 6. Complexity's way to springboard themselves back into an even-Steven situation and start to ride this game out. But look at this, Gen.G. This is a balls-to-the-wall call. They push down mid, and BlameF, he's just missed it. Now Poison spots this. Oh, dear. It's into the crossfire. Oh, my word. That flick down. Daps has removed config. The kills are coming in all in favor of Gen.G. Whoa, Storm, that was through his teammate to finish off the remaining 2. And he is having such a game. What a prospect. 21-10. And once again, the pistol round is on his back.
The pistol Prince, Harry. Oh my, that was a leg shot. He shot him through his teammate's legs. Oh my. You don't see that every day. What a round from Gen.G, and the confidence is clearly flowing. The mid push in the pistol round with the lead. There was no pressure on them to do that. They just wanted to flex, and boy, have they shown their value. 10-6, the force from Complexity. This will put them in an even bigger hole if it doesn't find success. Config's found a gap in the smoke, though. Automatic's backed up. Does he expect these players to get out and about? Kusta certainly does, and he does find that man in middle. Man advantage here for Gen.G. Perfect situation. What will be the solution here from these Ts? Banana control has at least been gifted over, but Som is spotting from the back of Coffins. He's seen that scout, and the grenade can follow up with good damage, but Poison just avoiding it. Re-smoke in to deny a rush. It's going to be that A play, so Complexity are fine to get smoked off as Poison backs out of the Banana. Rush looking for a kill in middle. That Molotov getting fought behind. Kusta gets himself another. 1 by 1, Complexity start to fall, and the re-smoke cuts off their line of sight as well, giving more room for Gen.G. Another rotate coming back as well. They're not convinced, though, with the fact that Complexity have gone silent, and rightly so, because that bomb is moving back in through Banana. Only Rush left in middle, and not for long.
Yeah, looking like they want to try and assemble this boost, and they get it thrown in just in the nick of time. Even this as well is like a bit of a bait and switch, right? Som peeks, gets the attention, falls back, and you go, okay, well, if there's a guy there, they haven't boosted as well, surely. But that bomb gets thrown into Som's arms, and yeah, they don't check Buntet, they don't check for him, and that is their undoing. Gen.G, 11 rounds to their name, and Complexity with very little skin in the game heading into this next round. It is just pistols. So it should be Gen.G building upon this lead even further.
This is such a ridiculous carry from Som. It's actually kind of crazy. I don't want to just say it's one man, though. The calls have been fantastic and everyone has been doing their job. But the fact that you got this dude on 22 kills is impressive as well.
How do you reckon that feels to be him as well? Like you've already got like a bunch of legends in your team, but then you're also up against a bunch of legends in the other team, and you're outperforming absolutely everyone, having a stellar game, and there's just no stopping him right now. No one's even coming close.
Let's see if Complexity can find anything with these Deagles, try and dish a sense of reality back into Gen.G's pocket. Easier said than done, though. Bentet is holding Banana. Som is pushed as well. Do they expect it? Poison. Oh, he's going to go for the Deags. Landing some bullets, but Bentet's just slaughtering them through a smoke. Bomb gets dropped. He finds a couple more kills. Will concede the position, rather, giving the bomb back to Complexity, but they're not interested in it. They're trying to push the extremities of the map. Automatic waiting on long. Running low on ammo. These bait peaks are wonderful, and Obo's going to get a kill as well. That opens up a pathway into the CT spawn, but they're wrapping A, looking for more kills, looking to kill the only man here. That bomb is still there for Bentet. Kusa spotted it, as Bentet's taken up this position in CT spawn, and Complexity need to eventually go back down middle to retrieve this package, but Daps is waiting in the wings.
Oh, he saw him, and he knows, and he's looking to shut this round down before it can get any more out of hand. Oh. Well, that doesn't go well for Daps. Bit of clay pigeon shooting over in the apartments. Obo's Deagle has looked so dangerous, but surely this is where it comes to a close. And indeed it is. Kusta deals with him before that can spiral out of control any further, and there's the 12-6 we were looking for. But now this is where the investment comes in for Complexity. Their first rifle round over on this T-half, and really this is like one of two chances, if they don't pick this up, that they're going to have to turn this around.
Yeah, that is true. That's the brutal reality of those force buys, right? In round number 2, obviously, it does enable you to get a better buy as your first buy. So this is everything they need, obviously, minus the AWP, but they don't know that Automatic has his. That's finally been pulled in by Gen.G, so it could be a bit of a trick up the sleeve, a spanner in the works. It is sitting short side right now. Banana control getting taken by Complexity. The mollies will delay them, at least for the time being. They've got to be careful with that smoke as well. There could be a CT hidden in it. Flash up though, Blame isn't convinced, and he doesn't need to be. Both players inside of the site here for Gen.G. Molly left on Bentet, so he can delay this push even further. The pressure being put back on mid, that bomb can rotate eventually towards his A site. Automatic trying to gain information, and he might get a little bit more than that.
Oh, they made noise, but it's all a ruse. They leave, they upship, and now they take position here in Banana. They're looking to get into B. Lying in wait, well, it's going to be Som and Bentet. Certainly no easy feat. Not the two you want to be trying to overcome if you're Complexity. Som hanging on out here at the back of the site. The only man left as his teammate is smoked off. He's got to fight this one as though he's solo, but actually Bentet goes through the corner of that smoke, helps him out, draws attention away. Finally they deal with the man at the back of the site. Bentet still running amok, still alive here, still fighting, narrowly so as he's brought down low. Bomb plant found, and it's chaotic in the 2v2, now 2v1. Only Bentet left, 5 points of health in a dream, and one man left to beat. It's Blame on the other side. He's looking for the kill, but time is against Bentet, and he knows it. Blame F just playing the trigger discipline, not peeking into this, not giving anything up. Bentet needs a fight, and he needs it now. Brings him low. Who gets the next bullet off? And it's Blame F to beat Bentet. 7 rounds for Complexity, and not quite enough for Gen.G. That first rifle round picked up over on this T side, and now they might look to make this game a reality.
That was a really nice try from Bentet, though. The patience to not go for that fight, knowing that Blame possibly might get scared that he's being wrapped left or right, and goes for a wide peek to try and clear a position, and then Bentet can just get that kill holding a straight angle, but unfortunately too little too late. Well, not late enough. Complexity are going to be rushing towards the B site. They are going early in this one. Also, a little note, Som had a nice angle that I've not seen anyone use before, where he was sitting at the back of quad and he was watching the coffin side. He was watching for the jump up, knowing that, you know, one, he's not holding that headshot angle where, you know, someone can just peek a headshot angle and take him down, but they're going to be caught mid-jump up onto coffins. He can get that kill and then fall back safely.
I hate seeing pros find stuff like that because I'm like, it's so simple, and yet my dumb, you know, like little brain didn't even consider it as a possibility.
Yeah.
To push out into mid, and automatic is Deagle doing work.
Ooh.
Doubles up. Som 1 HP when he jumps down, and that almost finishes him off. They're going to try and play for B, but Bentet's still here. Now he's seen config. Uh-oh. He's leaving. He's going to Banana. They've got a smoke to cut him off.
What? This is a misread. Oh, he's realized the smoke's gone down. You hate to see it. But yeah, falling off the site, I guess it's not it. You know, he was expecting an A play because Config was walking through CT spawn towards A, so that's why he thought the Complexity were going for an A site attack as they waited in the spawn. But they will commit to B, and fair enough, Som has to save. He's won. So actually, I understand, given the info that Bentet had, why he made that play. Why was Config walking through the spawn? I don't know. Just trying to clear position, right? Guess thinking the B site was clear. Didn't get shot while he walked up Banana. So just a weird one of misinformation for both sides, really. Config gets blindsided, Bentet making the wrong call, and Complexity, luckily enough, do commit towards B. They don't double back in towards A. That could have been a nightmare for them. Som was still there. So an 8th round taken. Harry, you said they needed that previous one. Well, they got it, and not just that, but they've doubled down 2 in a row. A chance to make this game a reality. It's not over yet for Complexity.
No, not by any stretch. I mean, we've learned, man, with this team, with this organization, you just can't count them out.
Yeah.
You can't, and players and teams who have come to regret it, right? So I don't want to be the casters that make that same mistake. We'll continue believing that anything is doable here. Gen.G, no money left in these bank accounts apart from that AK that was saved on Som. That's all they're going to have to work with in this round. So,
Ooh.
There we go. Very particular about where he wanted to get boosted. Gives him this little sight line into the other side of the stairs, but I doubt he's even really going to get a chance to use it, right? With Banana control taken here, over on the Complexity side, the only thing they're missing is that bomb from really owning this B site.
Ooh.
But, ooh, that peak now applies a bit more pressure.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Ooh, finally Config's like, I see him.
Oh no.
Oh, but now there's misses on the other side of the table. What's going on? It's chaos. Finally, Blame and Poison have given us some absolute, some tangible results to work with. Oh, they're praying and they're hoping that anybody dies on either side of the equation, but nobody's dying. The bomb is only just gone down, and it's a very odd round. Someone's going to try and boost someone up.
Uh-oh.
Actually decides against it.
They can go back for it. It's worth a shot. I mean, you've got this hero AK, and you're going to have guns in the next round, but Rush spams the smoke. Maybe doubles down. Bentet's on running for the hills with that AK, and he will get away with it. Kusta's going to look to clean up some kills on the retreat. They are just leaving the site, though, and he's a bit late to the party. So that's going to be the round for Complexity, and Kusta will just go down with the bomb here. He has got nothing. He's going to tap it to try and draw them back in, but they know there's no time, and that will be the round. Kusta actually does just get away in time with that Deagle, but of minimal value, as Gen.G will be coming back in with rifles regardless. That's if they want to. They have 4.5k per player. No real reason to save. I mean, you could argue, yeah, okay, maybe full utility in the AWP is valuable, but you've got 1 AK, so you can buy around it. It's going to at least give you a little bit of buffer when it comes to those grenades. Automatic will have a full set kit as well. Let's see if the B site is as difficult to retake in the second half as it was for Complexity in the first. They had problems there, both in defending and retaking, while Gen.G have just lost it as well. So back to a double setup, no AWP on either side. Just the standard default. Banana's been given away. Complexity have taken that, and they can leave a man in position as the rest of the team go back to work mid in apartments. But re-aggression potentially here from Gen.G as they throw in utility. The molly, the smoke config is above it though. It's meant to make a player decide whether you want to fight for Banana or not for Banana. Well, config's doing both. He can drop at any point and still fight that corner.
Yeah, the smokes are in, and that is going to send man back from long. Obo is now trying to set up this side of the map. Automatic back into CT he goes. He concedes all this ground. Archway given up and over to Complexity. How do they want to play with this? With no one over at Banana, this
oh, no.
feels like it's going to be an A play. Rush has now got some real estate and typical timing. Automatic holds that angle for 28 years of his life and then dies the moment he looks away. Kusta, he's followed up onto as well. Daps down in the pit. What can he do? Pressured from all angles. The answer is nothing. Buntet, the only ray of sunshine here for Gen.G, and it's overcast today as he gets shut down. Complexity, this is going to be a 10th round. It's only Som left. Hugo, you're a man who likes stats. I've got one for you right here. Currently, we're looking at 11-11 in opening duels for both these teams, right? So they're evenly matched. But 8 of those comes from Som over on the side of Gen.G.
Wow.
The rest of the guys have actually been struggling in these opening fights. The only man who's been able to replicate that consistently is the young gun of Som over on the Gen.G squad.
Yeah, and not just 8 of them are from him, but he's 8-1.
8 and, yeah, I know.
You know, almost 100% conversion as well. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's rocking like what, the 91%. So he's
all right, maths man.
Yeah, well, it's still not even 100% right. About 91% right, actually.
Yeah, nice. Well, unfortunately, he gets avoided in that round. The B site is not the object of Complexity's desires. And boy, this has been a great comeback so far. 4 rounds in a row on this T side, rather, after losing the pistol and falling apart on the Force as well. So Complexity putting up the numbers. Can they keep it going, though? At least in this one, they should be able to. Gen.G's money is out of the window, and they've only got that saved M4. How valuable can one gun be? Well, we'll have to find out. And it is back towards B as Complexity take control in the Banana. Bentet's lining up flashbangs. Automatic's playing aggressive. Once he dies, there will be a flash thrown out so Som can get aggressive, and he will go through into the waiting arms. But that flashbang sends Complexity packing. They give up the Banana, and Som can't find a fight. He instead just decides to rotate the long way around. That's Bentet rather moving as Som plays inside of the spawn. And they're just going to fully gamble it. I like it. You know, B has not been the winning round for Complexity, so this stack is going to be perfect. And Daps has even got himself another weapon to work with. Uh-oh.
No. It was almost right. It was almost perfect. But sadly, almost perfect is as good as terrible. And so this here is the B play from Complexity. They read that very, very well. Once again, a similar situation what we saw with Daps's crew back in the first half. It is just, you know, that instant belief in the call. All 5 players, well, all 4 remaining players up and leave. They get the hell out of there. And they get that bomb planted. Now with just these scavenged rifles over on the other side of things, likely just going to see those 2 players try and save with these pistols hunting at the very end. And they would take any extra damage they can get away with.
Yeah, Kusta's going to go in for a Hail Mary, I guess, with this flashbang. Well, they better do it sooner rather than later. Once again, they're already leaving the site. Oh, there. Missed shot. Flash back in. Kusta can try, but yeah, Complexity want nothing to do with it. Gen.G really love leaving it to the last second to go back into the site, and at that point, Complexity are already into the safety of the Banana. That's going to be 11. Slow and Steady wins the race. But this isn't a race, this is a marathon. And Complexity, they're going to try and take us the distance.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? For Gen.G, the man that we've been mentioning just over and over again is Som. And I think, you know, T-side, it was very easy for him to be finding these openers and really having an impact in these rounds. But at CT side, that just hasn't really been the case in this half, right? As is often the case when you have someone and just one player stepping up above the rest. Complexity, it really is feeling like a team effort. You know, everyone, especially this upper echelon of Config, BlameF, and Poison, are virtually neck and neck with one another, right? And that's what's really valuable as you get into these long games, these drawn-out games. Config, removing Automatic over at top Banana. Because that's the thing, Som, man, how long could he keep this up? How long till, you know, the fatigue, the drain of having to perform at this level starts to take toll? smokes are down, as Som is still the only player here for Gen.G. Complexity, they're certainly not being discreet about their presence at top banana. Som slashed in, but he gets shut down, spraying. It's Kusta doing damage, but not getting a kill. Complexity are going to get this bomb planted, and it might just be another save here for Gen.G.
I mean, this is exactly what Complexity were going through in the first half. The failure of that B bomb site. If you can't put up 2 kills on the defense, you can't even try and retake it, let alone actually win that 3-on-3 retake. And right now, Gen.G, they've got to save 3-on-5. Kusta, it's even a difficulty getting out of here because of that smoke. They can spam right through it. We've seen kills from that side before, and Complexity have now equaled up the score, 12-12. This is a really, really good T-side from Complexity. Not giving up yet. Poison's trying to grab that up, and he actually does get it back in time as well. That's 6, so nice little upgrade there. I don't know how it ended up out of the map. Maybe when Automatic died, it got blown by a grenade or something, but not going to be a problem for Poison, who will find it. Always out on the hunt. And, we talk of performances coming through from Som. Well, Poison's being that other player, the top performer for Complexity, as he has been in most of the series they've played, as he was earlier on today. He's on 21 kills, and we've not even seen too much AWPing yet.
Oh, Molotov's up into banana early, Gen.G. They're going to try to establish this foothold. The exact same situation that Complexity found themselves in.
My. That's 2 AWP tags.
But just 9 rounds ago, and it's, falling into these triple Bs early, and then, even then, not really yielding the results you were looking for. This one is no exception, Hugo, you say it. Double AWP tag has left Buntet and Som so low on HP that they're almost out of this round from the get-go.
And they've also triple stacked B, because why wouldn't you? Complexity have been going B every single round. And now where are they going, Harry? They're going A. So Molotov down mid for Automatic, but they run right through it. They take that position, and there's nothing he can do about it. Double smokes in the library and archway. It's up to Daps. He's the only man inside of this site. He's got a kill, but that molly is going to spell his demise. No smoke to put it out. He's got to go wide. He's found a second. Daps putting up the numbers that Gen.G need, but is it enough? A 3-on-3 in the retake once that bomb gets planted. Right now it's stuck in the graveyard though, and they need a flash to try and assist the cross. Poison's holding the angle to let his teammate get into the site. Obo needs to plug those digits in right now, and he does. Gen.G in on the retake. Poison with this AWP can make this hard though.
Yeah, that's the the scary bit. Missed shot there, but Poison's repositioned. He's still hungry. Oh, no! Actually, team kill. Oh, dear. Kusta at least making up for it. Keeps it in the advantage of Gen.G, and there we go. That's how you make up for a TK. Kusta gets back out on top of this one. Gen.G get themselves a 13th round. And, I mean, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered who wins this at this point. I just want as many rounds as possible because I'm loving everything we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been rough if Kusta killed Son, the top performer, and then lost them the round, right? But luckily enough, he follows up, gets both kills on the retake, and wins it for Gen.G.
That's one where, like, afterwards, you don't even want to see the guy who's, like, paying your salary.
That's
you're just
really
head down, get out. I'm so sorry, guys. But no, it's not to worry. A 13th round. It's actually the first that Gen.G find in a very, very long while. Automatic with his AWP, has Kusta with him, and they're going to take this aggression down banana, and with it, find themselves an opener. So Gen.G, best spot they've been in a very long while as they find that last round and take a commanding lead in this one. Complexity. We've seen them be resilient, but now more than ever, they have to try and do that, right? They have to weather the storm on this one.
Yeah, Blame flashed Poison into a banana peak there. It blinded Automatic, but he was just holding the correct angle and plays that timing. Shoots just a second after the flash, and boom, Poison is out. Complexity's best player, at least in this game, gone. And this would have been the reset round as well. Instead, it's going to put Gen.G on 14 if they pick it up. Luckily, Complexity, they put 6 in a row prior to the previous, so they do have money to fall back on, but they don't want to give away another round in a row. They might not have a choice. B-site, it's been so good to them in this game. Will that continue? 3 players up banana. The boost is here. It needs to be constructed quick, as that AWP needs to move out of this CT position. Otherwise, it will be smoked off and that site will be conceded. Unless that's what Gen.G want. But these retakes have not been too favorable in the past, so hoping to go down with a fight. Automatic smoking his way through, getting aggressive. 25 seconds. They don't see Kusta on the boost. They go right past, and he can shut this entire round down. Once again, falling off the top. 2 to his name. Blame with the trade, but he's all alone, and he's even being flanked.
Yeah, no, Blame, I'm sorry, man. I believe you could beat off a crowd of 4. Well, hang on a minute. Beat back a crowd of 4 guys if you wanted to. Not the first one. But not in this situation, sadly. It's guns. It's a trial by combat with weaponry, not with fists. And so a 14th round for Gen.G, locked on in.
Tasteful.
Yeah. And Kusta the Booster, what a story he's had, right up there, shutting it down once again, giving that 14th round over to Gen.G.
Yeah, and you know, it's nice that while Som's not had too much control in the second half, typically we're being avoided on B, but you know, Kusta's really stepped up in the second half and now finding himself on 20 kills as well. That's put Gen.G in a great spot. They're feeling confident. It's a mid-push. Kusta getting spammed down to 15 points or 17 points of health. It's very, very precarious here, and you know, Complexity know there's a man down middle for sure because they've been smoked off fully. But do they know he's under the bottom? No! He's going to miss the shot. Rush put down to 6. I have no idea how that's not a kill, but he'll flick back and get that trade instead. The advantage going the way of Complexity, and they desperately need it up against 14.
This is just such a stalemate over in top mid. Automatic, not moving, a muscle. And on the other side is Obo. A similar situation. Neither player wanting to be the next to die. I mean, that is... these are like the moments where if you're in Kusta's position and you're just sat back on this stage at 14-12, such an important round in the game, and you're just having to watch as your teammates try and fill in the blanks. Automatic now. He has been so patient. He's been on this angle for a minute, and he's just now moved off. Not going to get rewarded for it. Instead, holding for this close short peek. There's the lineup. Automatic gets back into the bomb site. No trade in sight for Complexity. They've got to close this gap, and they've got to close it now. The flashbangs are holding back the push. Daps down in the pit, but right now, it's the Automatic show in the bomb site. Finally dealt with. Daps, he's gone as well. Bomb plant can come in here. It gets dropped, thrown into the site in their dying breath, but the kills come in. Poison doubling up at the end, and Complexity get a 13.
I don't think there was time. I don't think they would have won that round if no one died there for Gen.G. If they just hid, if they just tucked after that bomb got dropped. There were 6 seconds on the clock. That would have been very, very close if there was time for Complexity. But we'll never know, Harry, because it's a done deal, because it's a 1 round. Poison saves the day here for this T side, and the game continues. 13-14, money busted for Gen.G. We're down on UMPs. No AWP for Automatic. He does what he can in that A site. Lots of damage off of the collapse, but it's not going to save the day for Gen.G. Harry, you wanted all 30 rounds. Well, you may have that and more. 28 rounds deep, and no clear victor just yet. Complexity, they could just go for a Hail Mary B execute if they wanted to. They've got 3 players at the top of Banana. Not wanting to run the gun, though. The re-smoke and the Molotov back in will deny control here for Complexity, but no one pushing back into position here from Gen.G. It's only a bait. Just makes Complexity get a little bit more worried and waste time regaining that sandbags control, making sure that Gen.G haven't taken position. But they're not interested in B anyway. They're going back towards A where 3 players sit here. Gen.G almost able to put up a defense with 2 in the previous round. Well, will 3 be the magic number?
I mean, it's got to be magic. It's got to be more than magic.
Dear.
They've actually left. They've actually gone. They've read the trick, and they're not falling for it. Now looking for the treat over here at this B bomb site. Buntet and Som lie in wait. These two who, you know, especially in Som's case, having a fantastic game, have been struggling over towards B. Is that going to continue, though? They've switched things up here. No player in CT, no players on that boost. And instead, they set it up with that flashbang. 3 kills found in a matter of seconds. Som, still unknown, but finally dealt with now by Rush. Plant attempted, 10 seconds. Kills going left and right. But for poor mate Rush, there's only 5 seconds on this clock. There's not enough time, and with it, Gen.G are going to reach match point.
That's so unfortunate for Poison as well. He knows he's being quick flanked, so he turns around to kill that player because he only has 10 seconds. He needs to get the kill and then the plant, but that leaves the bomb out in the open. Automatic spams the smoke. He hears where the Krieg is firing off, and that drops the bomb in no man's land with no time. So very unfortunate that Poison had the bomb on him there and went for that fight, but if he didn't go for the fight, he would have been killed planting. So it's a lose-lose situation. Heads up play from Automatic to spray that smoke, and that really just single-handedly wins the round for Gen.G. Nice setup from them on the CT side and B as well, right? Both of them playing inside of the site. That's a bit of a different one. They've, like you said, been going for these boosts, been going for the CT control, the coffins play. It's not been working out. Well, finally they put up a stellar defense inside of B and let the rotators finish off the job. Pause for Complexity. A chance to chat with Kita. 2 rounds to overtime. They've got the money for it. Not perfect, though. 2 deeks, 3 rifles, and Gen.G, I mean, they've got economical woes of their own as well. I'll actually call a back-to-back timeout. Gen.G instantly bringing in one right after Complexity. So more to talk about here for Dabs.
Yeah, and this has got to be like also some sort of... there's got to be a bit of mind gaming going on here.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You call an immediate pause on the back of your opponent's pause, and now it's like for Complexity, they go, all right, so what do you reckon they just spoke about? Like, we just did our thing, and we knew what we were going to do. We were the ones meant to be bringing the pressure, but now Gen.G have responded with a pause of their own. And I'm curious if that is just, Gen.G kind of taking a moment to not get ahead of themselves, right? Realize that this game is still kind of up for debate and that it could fall apart, that it really does all hinge on this round, or if they have got something up their sleeve. And this triple setup towards short side, well, it sure is interesting. Automatic going to be here underneath the boost. Daps alongside him, tucked into the corner. And then I think it's Kuster throwing up actually onto the boost itself. So it's like a bait and switch over at the short side.
Well, let's see if it works wonders. Daps is getting mollied. Automatic is pushed back just that little bit. Actually goes in forward instead. That's a ballsy call. Kuster doing damage, and it's going to be an absolute slaughter here in middle. Automatic dropping the bomb. He's still standing tall. He needs this kill, and he'll find it. It's a 1-on-3 for Config. It's the map. It's the series. It's the semi-final spot to play for, and he's got to do it all alone.
And will he face the same fate as his teammates? Automatic's AWP is still homed in towards the top of middle. Config dodges it. Oh, there's the turnaround. He gets that kill. And now 40 seconds. Okay, take a breather. Maybe there's a chance for Config here. He hears the footsteps over at the short side. Oh, there's another. And now just one man to find Som. Same position as his previous enemy. Config just might wrap to B. And that would be so ballsy to say the least. Config's going for it. Oh, it's around the world. And that might be what Complexity needed to keep the dream alive.
This is exactly what Som did in the pistol round of the opening round of this map, but the reverse, the B to A. Well, now he's got to go A to B, the long route back to Config, full utility to clear out every position. He could molly New Box, it's a common spot, but does he want to give away the fact that he's retaking from Banana?
Oh, Molotov goes in. Config now knows he's primed, he's ready, but he gets deleted on the angle. Gen.G, they're gonna get it. 30 kills on Som at the very, very end. Take a bow, young man, as he gets that one locked in for Gen.G. Those semi-finals secure.